I'm going to be making homemade essence today that I'll use for my baking. As much as possible, I've got some inspiration from the garden. So I have some lemon, orange, and mandarin. So they're going to be my 3 citrus essences. Then I've managed to score some vanilla beans, very, very expensive, so I will treat them with much respect. Now the whole thing will take about 4 to 6 weeks for the alcohol to kind of soak in with the fruit and produce and extract all the yumminess from it. Talking of which, alcohol. So I'm using vodka. You can use bourbon and at times rum. But they do suggest between 80 and 100 proof. Now, I didn't know what that was, but actually it equates to 40% alcohol volume. So I'm going to use 40% vodka. So this is good quality vodka. And for each of these essences, I'm going to be making 1 cup. I'm going to start with lemon because I've got plenty of lemon in my garden. When you wash your lemons before you start, whether you're growing them from home and you know that you haven't put sprays on, or if you have, you know what sprays you have used. If you're buying them from the supermarket, they may have an element of wax, a waxy layer or spray. So give them a good wash, and if in doubt, give them a good scrub. And then just with the vegetable peeler, we're just going to be peeling the outside layer off, really. You can zest if you wish, but a good old potato peeler or vegetable peeler works just fine. And you're looking at really just a thin layer. So there's not a heck of a lot of white pith. You want to leave as much as that bitter pith on the lemon as you can. So we're looking at thin strips and keep peeling. Now don't waste your peeled lemon or lemons. Definitely put them aside because I've got a good use for them as well. So we're looking for about 1/3 of a cup of lemon peel. Reason being is that it can be quite bitter if it's overdone. And so 1/3 of a cup to 1 cup of vodka should just be perfect. We then pack those peels into a jar and top it up with 1 cup of vodka. And then we just have to wait. You'll be shaking them every few days just to disperse the flavours into the alcohol. Next we have our oranges. I'm using a navel orange. Again, as with the lemon, you just want to peel off the outside layer. Not too deep, don't dig it in there. You want not that much pith left on the inside, and you want that beautiful colour. So any marks or bad boy bits, avoid them. Just put your great, lovely produce into this mix. Now we're looking at 1/2 cup of orange peel to 1 cup of vodka in this instance. And into your glass jar it goes. And that is all ready to go. Now your mandarins are different yet again. Same process. Yes, we want to peel it. Now I would suggest, even though they can be easy peel, that almost takes too much of that white pith. So best if you can, again, vegetable peel it. We'll be just peeling away. This comes away just perfectly. Perfect. So we're looking at 3/4 of a cup of mandarin peel to 1 cup of vodka. Into the jar it goes. The rest is a waiting game. Vanilla beans, man, I really struggled to find these. I had to go to a health food shop and they sold them literally by the bean. And when I tell you, in New Zealand they were $5 each, you begin to appreciate them a heck of a lot more than perhaps you did otherwise. So these, oh my gosh, they just smell amazing. I'll be using all 4 of them, 4 beans to 1 cup of vodka. They'll be too tall to fit in my jar. So I am going to be cutting them in half so they fit. But before I do that, it's really important to cut them in half lengthways. So you'll be splitting the bean open, and that means that all those beautiful seeds inside are going to be more exposed to the vodka and then can seep out and do its thing. Otherwise, it's going to really struggle to get through. Yeah, we need to open these bad boys up. So I'll be cutting them horizontally and then vertically in half, and then add them to my vodka. Well, that was relatively easy, that prep. Our lemon's looking great. We've got our orange, getting a nice colour to it already. Our mandarin's looking fine. We've even started to get a little bit of hue going on just down the bottom with that vanilla, and I can see how that's going to look beautiful in a few weeks. Well, I have had some great results from my homemade essences. First of all, we'll look at the lemons. Really rich hue. So I'll be straining that through a sieve and into my glass jars ready to go. This is my orange. Beautiful and rich. My mandarin and my vanilla bean. Look how glorious that is. Absolutely delicious. I'm certainly not seeing the end of my vanilla beans. Yes, I'm starting afresh with the same beans. They've got a lot more life left, and there's beautiful bean seeds settling at the bottom. So in goes my new batch, and hopefully I'll get multiple batches of the essence from these 4 beans. I hope you have good success making yours.